Hello, sweet friend. My name is Micah, and in this video, I would like to share with you the Cat Collage Club collage collection for December. I'm the illustrator behind Cat Collage Club, and every month I like to make a video like this one where I just share with you what's included in this month's printable collection and have a little chat about all these cute kitties. I can't believe this is the last collection for 2025, and just for funsies, I pulled out all the other collections from this year, and it is quite fascinating to see the year physicalized in this big sack of papers. And as the person who draws these, this has become quite the time capsule in and of itself, because I remember what it was like drawing these and yeah, the season that I was in, so it's quite fascinating. But yeah, that's kind of fun. But let's get into the main thing of this video, which is this month's collection. And I included some festive holiday cats. So we have some that are getting a tree and decorating a tree with some little ornaments that you can sprinkle throughout your page. We have one that is sending seasonal greetings out to friends and sending it off, bringing it to the post office, with some postage stamps to play around with. We have getting gifts, wrapping gifts, preparing gifts, unwrapping gifts, which might be more exciting even than the wrapping part. And I did include a second Christmas tree here, just so that you have one if you want to set up a scene like this one for, you know, whenever your family gets together or friends get together to exchange gifts. You can set something like this up if you want. We also, of course, have a cat making Christmas cookies. I made some this week. They turned out all right. I'm not really a big baker, so even though I picked a relatively simple recipe, I learned quite a bit making those. But yeah, I hope these are fun to play with and help you journal about your festive season. And then I do have a second sheet that correlates in terms of color palette and is also still about this wintry season, but maybe focused more on, yeah, the cozy aspects, the gentle or quiet times, the cuddly times. And yeah, in my head, I refer to this sheet as the Silent Night sheet. So maybe a little bit less crazy than some of the other aspects of December can be. So we have a cat reading by the fireplace, lovely. And this design I made in during the Halloween season for the scary movie watchers, and a lot of you requested it would be nice to have this as upcoming seasons as well. So this is for those of you who love watching the holiday movies. Let me know, what is your favorite holiday movie? Is there a go-to that you definitely have to watch, otherwise it doesn't feel like the holidays? So I would be curious. Of course, we can't miss hot chocolate. I'm definitely a hot chocolate fan, so there's that. We also have someone just cozily wrapped up in a blanket, sitting, maybe reflecting on the year with some candles going on. That's really nice. And I do hope that if you feel like it, you play around with combining these elements in different ways. So, for example, this cat right here could sit also with the fireplace, or these could be sitting with the fireplace, or these have some candles next to them. So, yeah, I was hoping that that would be nice to mix and match depending on your needs. And then I will always be a fan of cats sitting in windows. I don't know what it is. I think it's the cutest thing. And so we have one, you're looking into the window. I think it's really charming, taking walks, especially when it starts to get dark and people have their lights on, and then you spot a cat sitting there. I think it's really sweet and cozy. But then we also have the cat looking out And the camera is somewhat showing that, I think. It's brightening up that blue here in the printable, but there are some snowflakes, so this cat is watching snow falling. Yeah. And then similar to windows, there's also something about little cozy cottages and houses and town scenes in winter or with snow. So that's what this is for. This is maybe more of a winter morning with the snow. This is a winter night with the moon hiding back there. And then this is a little village scene that this big one should fit on an A5 page. If you want to have that going along the bottom maybe. So yeah, I hope this is a lot of fun to play around with and gets you through through this dark but maybe also cozy season. And yeah, December is a double whammy, isn't it? Because we also are getting ready for the new year or starting to celebrate the new year. And there's a lot of things we can do for that in our journals. So I hope these cats here will help you maybe set up some affirmations for the new year or wishes for the new year, things you're looking forward to. I thought maybe these shooting stars with the cats were really good for any kind of, mood boarding, visualizations for the new year, those kinds of things. But also these hearts I thought might be nice for reflecting on highlights from this year or top 10 or top 5 lists. Those can't talk. Lists are always fun in journals, I think, and so there's a lot of opportunity with these kinds of things that's really fun. So I gave you these cats with hearts. But then if you want to be more specific about goal setting, we have these cats that are trying to reach the goals. And because of the vertical nature, I thought this would be fun. So you can journal your goals right next to them. So that was the thinking there. We have a cat bringing you a lucky clover for the new year. And yeah, this is another one that's sort of chasing. I don't know if chasing is maybe too intense of a word, but maybe somebody who's collecting glitters or glimmers, I think is the name, not glitters. I'm thinking of fountain pen ink. Glimmers of the new year, or who's, looking forward to having certain experiences or having certain things that happen in the new year, those kinds of things. Yeah, and then I thought it might also be really cool to have a couple of 2026s. I always think these kinds of stickers are really useful, and you can never have enough for all the new journals, all the new planners, notebooks, general sketchbooks type of thing. So I was thinking this one is maybe really nice to have on the day that the new year starts. So you're celebrating having made it to 2026. So we have a little cat here in a festive party hat, ready to welcome the new year. And then, well, this one I might have just drawn for myself. This is what I'm gonna put in my creative journal or maybe even my sketchbook for the new year. I don't know, I just thought there was something really nice about the stationery theme and having a new page and have sharpened your pencil for the new year and written out the new year, putting a lucky clover sticker on it, that kind of thing, a little bit of a collage if you want to think of it that way. And then one that is maybe a bit more simple, a little bit more laid back, maybe for a work planner or something like that, where you still want a cute cat, but maybe not be so involved as with this one. So yeah, just a couple of options, and I hope that this will help you reflect on this year and have some thoughts or collect some thoughts for the new year as well. So there's that. And then speaking of planners, I had mentioned in the last walkthrough video that I was going to make some appointment cats. So this is what is possibly maybe a first batch, and I was trying to include a lot of very not multi-purpose, that's the wrong word, go-to ones that probably a lot of people in some shape or form will have use for. So we have a general doctor, but we have a vet with a kitty, a vet with a dog, or a vet with a dog and kitty if you have both. So that's really cute. And then going with the medical theme, we have one with, oh my goodness, I'm blanking on the word. What on earth? So somebody who goes to have a vaccine or gets blood drawn, blood tests, those kinds of things. We have a dentist, one for if you have to get some sort of x-rays or imagery taken, and then a pediatrician. And because I didn't want to make this all medical, we also have getting a haircut, getting nails done, needing a handy person to come over, help you fix something. Maybe you keep track of paydays or saving goals or your spending habits, those kinds of things. So we have one kitty with some money. And then similarly, if you keep track of orders or packages that you haven't received yet, we have one with some packaging. And then I thought it would also be really handy to have a car if you need to drive somewhere, or if your car needs repairs, if you need our oil change, those kinds of things. Yeah, just a little car. And then just a general reminder sticker if you have something more specific than that. But I already have a request for also like physical therapy, chiropractor, those kinds of things. I thought therapy in general might be nice, or having meetings or dates, like friend date or date with your partner. So I'm thinking that I might add to these, but I also feel like maybe this is a good first batch to cover lots of things. And then because all of the other things were so specific, or at least somewhat specific, I did want to make sure that there was one sheet with a variety of cats, just a miscellany of cats, if you will. So we have some yarn cats, a crocheting cat, and a knitting cat. I got a request for more of those, and also that's such a nice hobby to do in winter, I guess. So there's that, but we also have just a cat enjoying a snack or warm cuddles. This one you can interpret a bunch of different ways. Maybe this cat is daydreaming on their bed, or just thinking, or just needing a moment, you know, to decompose. Not decompose, de-stress. Yeah, something like that. I guess I'm having a hard time with words today. This cat is a little bit similar maybe to this. Like you could be tired and just done from the day, but you could also just be thinking about things and just staring at the ceiling and walking through your thoughts. It doesn't necessarily have to be anything negative. I thought it might be nice to have a sticker for bath time with the kids, and once I had drawn this, I was like, well, and what about the people with the furry kids? So we also have bath time for the dog. Here someone is journaling in bed. I thought that might be cozy. And these two are actually from a journal page, if I can find that real quick in my passport. Oh yes, I actually put this pencil board in to be able to find the page. I'd done this as a journal with me video on YouTube, and this was the day we first turned on the heat, but I thought that image of the cat on the heater might also be nice for just journaling about cozy warm times, or feeling cold, coming in from a cold walk and needing to warm up, that kind of stuff. And then I'd drawn this done cat, and a few of you commented that you would love to see that in the collage sheets, so I have included that here. So there's that. Oh yeah, always good to have a cat with a laptop working with the first coffee of the day, maybe. So yeah, I hope that this balances out some of the more seasonal stuff and is useful going forward. And then I couldn't help myself. I just really wanted some washi designs that go along with the seasonal designs this month. So we have just some snowflakes, some cozy patterns, some wintry trees, and also feel free to just find yourself a group of trees and just make these shorter strips if you'd like. And then I took the little village design and made a little washi strip out of that. I thought that would be cute. If you want it really, really small and going along a longer strip, then that might be nice. And of course our December lettering, and because December, just like November, such a long chunker of a monthly name, we also have the small ones. And this sheet doesn't have a mini version of it because I figured that doesn't quite make sense with the designs. So we have the mini December lettering on the same sheet. And speaking of minis, we have all the seasonal stuff on the wintry holiday things on one sheet, and the New Year and miscellaneous cats on one sheet. And then I kept the appointments scheduling cats together and gave them to you in two sizes, one in 75% and in 60, because yeah, I thought that made sense, and they're looking so cute. I mean, this might still be quite big depending on what kind of planner you're using, so you might play around with printing out this sheet even smaller than it is here, maybe set it at 80% or something like that. But I feel like this is still, it's small, but it's still easily cut out by hand, I was thinking. So there's that. So that's how I, divided these up for the minis. And that concludes the December collection. I hope you are going to enjoy all of these kitties for your December pages and beyond, and that they bring you through this season that can be, there can be all kinds of emotions attached to this, isn't there? So I hope a little bit of cuteness brings joy. And as always, I want to thank you for supporting Cat Collage Club, for being here, for just being the loveliest people. And I definitely leave this year with a lot of gratitude for you and your support, and that I get to draw cats, it's just such a blessing. And yeah, I feel really grateful for you. All right. I think I'll let you go with that. I don't think I have anything else to mention right now. Oh, I did forget something. I knew there was something. I wanted to mention that I recently collaborated with Barbara from MisoPaper on another sticker sheet, which is now available. So we have this cute sticker sheet with a bunch of wintry cats. So if you're interested in this, I'll have a link to this in the description below. All right. Thank you so much for sharing this time with me, and until next time, happy journaling.